Hello again. This is Peter the Book Lover, and in this video I'm going to talk about more of my favorite horror movies. Check it out. Hello, Peter the Book Lover here, and in these videos I'm talking about my top 100 favorite movies. This is the second to the last video. Like I say, I've made these 8 other videos of where I talk about my favorite horror movies. If you haven't checked those out, please check those out. I really enjoyed talking about them. I have some great movies listed. A lot of the movies that I'm talking about are in other people's lists. And if you want to leave comments, I enjoy all the kind of comments you want to leave. If you disagree with me, I like to hear about your disagreement. If you agree with me, I love to hear about the people that agree with me. And the people that have made their own list, please let me know in the comments if you made a list of your favorite 100, your top 100 favorite horror movies. It's kind of interesting thing to do because each time you watch somebody else do one of these lists, it's amazing on how different their movies are. And I really enjoy doing this. This is a lot of fun. So please enjoy the video. One thing that I've added in these videos that I didn't do in the beginning because I didn't know how is I've got in the description linked trailers for all the movies that I talk about. So if you haven't seen any of the movies, one of the movies that I mentioned here, you could actually go in the description and click on that movie, and then you can find out what the trailer is like, and maybe it might be a movie for you, and you might agree with me. Okay, that's all. Please let me know what you think, and let's get into this video. And let's start out with 20. Now this movie, I'm surprised. I've watched about 10, 15, maybe even 20 lists of people making their list of their top 100 favorite horror movies, and this hasn't been on anybody else's list, and I really think this should be on other people's lists. This is a movie called Arachnophobia. This is a movie about these spiders that are deadly spiders, and they're brought into America from another country. And this movie is fantastic. It's got some great scenes, and these spiders are horrifying. Oh yeah, the web they make is, oh, they got this web that they make that's really incredible. It's got John Goodman in this movie as the comic part of the movie, and it's all right, but I kind of wish they really didn't need that comedy in here, but it's still a good part of the movie. This movie is terrifying, especially if you are afraid of spiders. If you have arachnophobia, maybe you should stay away from this movie, because this movie might scare the crap out of you. Arachnophobia. That is number 20. Okay, number 19. Now, when I was younger, I used to take acid every now and then, you know. I've actually tripped on acid a couple times. And one of the times that I actually took some acid, I watched this movie. And this movie was a crazy movie to watch when you were on acid. This was called Dead Alive. This is directed by Peter Jackson, and this is a zombie movie, and it is a crazy zombie movie. This is one of the goriest movies you could ever see. In my opinion, this is one of the goriest things that I've ever seen. I love it. It's also comical, too. There is a part of it that's kind of silly and over the top, but some of the scenes in this movie are horrifying. The way that it sets up is incredible. This is also known as Brain Dead, but I know it as being the movie called Dead Alive. And I've actually watched this after I watched the Lord of the Rings So I was already familiar with Peter Jackson, and it blew me away that he made this movie. This movie is an insane horror movie, and I love it. That is Dead Alive. That is number 19. If you haven't checked it out, be careful. This isn't for everybody because it is insane. Okay, number 18. Now, this is a remake. This is Jeff Goldblum and Gina Davis. Interesting thing about this is that there was a relationship between these two when they made this movie. This is the remake of The Fly, and this is an incredible movie. The ending actually makes me a little sad when I watch the ending of this movie. But yes, this is an incredible movie. Amazing special effects. Jeff Goldblum does an amazing performance. Gina Davis does an amazing performance. And this movie is incredible. I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot. I think it's a wonderful movie. And it's so much better than the original movie. I love it a lot. The Fly, but with Jeff Goldblum and Gina Davis. Okay, now let's talk about movie 17. This is based off of this. This is a sequel to the third movie in the Night of the Living Dead series, and this is a fantastic movie. Day of the Dead is an amazing movie. The way that it's set up, they're in a cavern underground while zombies are on the top, and also in the caverns there's zombies. There is some great performances in this movie. I love it. One of the things that I really love about the movie is the way it starts out, and when you see Day of the Dead on the screen, there's this imagery behind the Day of the Dead, and it's fantastic. There's a character called Rhodes in this movie that does a fantastic job of being kind of like the villain of the movie, the over-top military type of guy. And oh my lord, the things that happen to the characters in this movie are fantastic. I love it. I love the way it starts out. I am engrossed in this movie the whole time. This is a great zombie movie. One of the best ones. I love it. I love this movie. And you know the thing about it is a lot of people really didn't think much of this movie when it first came out. But there are a lot of fans of this movie. This movie is great. Day of the Dead is a fantastic movie, and if you haven't checked it out, I really think you should. It's a great zombie movie. Okay. Number 16. Now this one is a great movie. This is a fantastic movie. This is a fantastic book. And a lot of people might say this is a thriller, but I totally believe this is a horror movie as well. Silence of the Lambs. Silence of the Lambs is a fantastic movie. I was totally engrossed when I saw this. This has some great performances. Jodie Foster plays Corliss Starling. She does a fantastic job. Anthony Hopkins plays Hannibal Lecter. He does an amazing performance. He's terrifying, even though he's behind bars, and he does an amazing performance. This is a great movie. You're never bored during this movie, and it's got some very intense scenes. The guy that plays Buffalo Bill does a fantastic job as well. Awesome movie. If you have not checked this out, I think you will love this movie. Silence of the Lambs. It's also a great book as well. I love the book. The book is great. And what is cool is that you could either watch it with the you could watch it after reading the book or before reading the book. Either way you enjoy this, you can enjoy it both ways. The book doesn't spoil the movie, and the movie doesn't spoil the book. I love both. Fantastic job. Silence of the Lambs. That's number 16. Number 15. Once again, this is a Stephen King book, and it's also a movie. This is directed by Ron Reiner, and this is Misery. I love this movie. This movie is incredible. I love some of the cinematography. Kathy Bates is a scary character. There's a scene in here with a sledgehammer that will blow you away. It is so intense. The book is great as well. This is another thing to where you can enjoy the book and then you can enjoy the movie. It doesn't matter. Each are fantastic. I love them both. And it is a good time. I love this movie. This movie is fantastic. I love it. And that is number 15, Misery by Stephen King. Or the movie by Rob Reiner. Kathy Bates does an amazing performance. And also, James Caan does a fantastic job in this movie as well. I love it. It's a great movie. And a fantastic book as well. Number 15, Misery. Number 14. Now, number 14 is another great book, great movie. I believe the book was written first and then they made this into a great movie. I watched the movie first. I love the movie, The Omen. It's got some fantastic scenes. This is the story of the son of the devil. And he's a child in this movie, and he's pretty terrifying. They have some awesome scenes in this movie. I don't want to give anything away. It is great. Also, the book is amazing. I love the book. It's one of my favorite books, and this is one of my favorite movies. The music is incredible in this. Oh, I love the music. And Mrs. Baylock is a very creepy character in the book and in the movie. If you have not seen The Omen, and the remake is not that bad. I kind of enjoyed that as well, but it's nowhere near as good as the original. The original is fantastic, and I really think you should check out The Omen. Okay, number 13. This is another Stephen King story. This is the first book that Stephen King published. This is Carrie. This is a Brian De Palma movie, and it is an amazing movie. And this is a fantastic book as well. The book and the movie are a little bit different than each other. I was really familiar with the movie before I read the book, and I enjoy both. As a matter of fact, I really enjoyed the book quite a bit because it was quite different than the movie. Brian De Palma did a fantastic job of this movie. Sissy Spacek plays Carrie in this movie, and there's a scene in this movie that's completely terrifying, and it's crazy. One of the best scenes in cinema history. I love this movie. Brian De Palma was a fantastic director, and if you haven't seen Scarface, that's another fantastic movie by him. Brian De Palma is a fantastic director, and this is a fantastic movie, and I think you will like it if you checked it out. Okay, this is 12. Now, this is really a mini-series. Now, this is also... Stephen King really shows up a lot on this list. This is a fantastic book, and this is a fantastic mini-series. Now, I suggest that you actually watch the mini-series of Salem's Lot and then read the book. By being familiar with the mini-series first, I think it's the best way to enjoy this because the differences are fantastic, and a lot of the scenes in the mini-series, which I call a movie, because we have the DVD of this, and it's like 4 hours long, and I could watch it a lot of times. It's a 4-hour thing, and I'm never bored. And it's got some of the creepiest scenes ever. There's scenes of people floating, tapping on windows, and it's just amazing. Some of the vampire scenes are amazing in this movie, and they blow me away. I love it a lot. Salem's Lot is a fantastic movie, and I think you should check it out. Okay, this is the last movie that I'm going to talk about in this video. And this is an amazing movie. This kind of bombed, when it first came out. This actually came out at the same time that E.T. came out. And everybody loved E.T. And this movie, The Thing, starring Kurt Russell, directed by John Carpenter, they didn't really think this was a great movie when it first came out. But it really stood the test of time. I believe that it is not dated at all. People of today could watch this and still be blown away with the special effects. The special effects are amazing. Also, the acting is great. This is a story about an alien that could change shape, and it could actually become whatever it could become any human. And this is also set in Antarctica, where there's nobody around to save you. And it's just starts out great, stays great. You're never bored during this movie. This is an incredible movie. I love it. I watch it all the time, and I think it's great. I even like the original, the thing from outer space, and also there is another movie called The Thing that at first when that came out in theaters, I actually thought it was a remake, and actually I thought it was a remake as I was watching the movie, but it turns out it's not a remake, it's a prequel, and it's great. To tell you the truth though, I still have yet to watch them both back to back, but one of these days I'm going to watch The Thing and then The Thing. It's a really great thing. John Carpenter did a fantastic job. It's a shame that it wasn't a success when it first came out. But it's definitely stood the test of time. Okay, so that's it for this video. And I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoy the movies that I'm talking about. Maybe you haven't seen them. I'm pretty sure most of the people have seen all these movies. Most of these movies, except for Arachnophobia, I've seen on other people's lists. So, a lot of people agree with me. And if you haven't subscribed yet, can you please do me a favor and give me a subscription? I will have more videos coming in the future. Most of the videos I make are about books, but every now and then I talk about movies as well. I'm a big movie fan as well as a book lover. So, that's it for the video. I'm glad that you came by, and if you've made it this far, thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. Now, the next video is going to be the last in this series. The next video is going to feature my absolute favorite, my top 10 list. And man, those movies are incredible. So come around and check that out, and I hope to see you in the next video. Thank you for coming by. See ya.